Hello, everybody, and welcome to week number 4 of the VDL Season 8 live draft season. I am Matt, the coach of the New England Roggenrola, but you probably already know that if you are here. And today, we are taking on the Coach Pup and the South Bend Snowflakes. I'm very excited for this battle. A little bit for spoilers from last week. So skip ahead if you don't want to hear it. We won last week, which is super cool, super good. We like winning. Very close game against Vortex, but I felt like I played well. Felt like I played in my control. And that was a really fun battle because we did it live on call. So you should go and watch that one if you haven't seen it. But this week we have a tough opponent with a real weird team. So let's get into it. Pop pretty much said, I'm going to spend all of my points possible as early as possible, and then I'll round out the last couple picks in my draft with what I need. And people initially were like, this team is awesome. And then people were like, this team is not awesome. So I don't know how I feel. It is just scary to look at. First one, pick Trapagos. Very, 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 very good Pokemon. And that is not a Pokemon I like playing against. I love playing with it, but if it's able to get set up and get a couple Calm Mind boosts up and Rapid Spin boosts up, if I'm not able to outspeed it realistically, we struggle, because it doesn't die easily. And it hits really hard. It's got 105 base special attack, 110 both defenses, 95 HP, and Terra Starstorm, which is just a really good move. And the annoying thing is, my Blaziken, which is a thing that can get faster than it very easily, is 5 points slower than it. So I do need 2 speed boosts to be able to outspeed it after a Rapid Spin boost, which is annoying. However, we do have our Deoxys, which does outspeed at +1, which is lovely. Next is Palafin. I don't love Palafin. I don't think it's a great Pokemon. I think it's good, though. I think it's really strong in the right circumstances. I don't think it's good in my team. I have a lot of ways to check Water-type moves. I have a Toxapex, which pretty much hard walls that dude. You can get Zen Headbutt and it gets decent enough coverage, but if anything, if it comes this week, I almost expect it to be special. If that sounds like it makes sense, maybe it's not. It probably won't be, but it could be. Gouging Fire. I think it's the best Pokemon in Draft League. I think it's very, very good in standard format. I think it's really, really good and hard to beat. Now, I do think I have a team that can beat it. That dude's just it can do a lot. It's really bulky. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, but you can run it bulky. You can run it offensive, and you just kind of struggle to break it down faster than it breaks you down. Iron Boulder, typically not very good, I don't think. However, I think this is the scariest mon against us this week. I think Boulder is kind of his one and only win con this week, in theory, right? I only have one check to Mighty Cleave, which is my Iron Treads. And then other than that, I have nothing. And Iron Treads is weak to both Earthquake and Close Combat, which it has access to. So that is not an easy mon to take hits from. Petron, really annoying, but very good Pokemon. Super bulky, Poison, and Ghost type. Gets Parting Shot and Toxic and Hex and Malignant Chain and can confuse you into Poison Juice. So that's obviously good. Thundy, I think is really strong. Is it great in this matchup? No, but I do think it's coming. It's also just a cool Pokemon. Sneasel, again, this Pokemon I've hated on before because it was bad in Uber season, has done really well this season. And I actually think has a likelihood of coming this week. It might not, my first 3 kind of beat it. So does Blaziken. So maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like my team doesn't love taking knockoffs and ice shards, so I could totally see it coming. Hawlucha, definitely coming this week. It is his Terra Captain. I think he's going to be bringing almost guaranteed specially defensive Terra Fairy Hawlucha. It could be Terra Steel. I think it's got to be Terra Fairy, Terra Steel, and we'll get into why in a minute. Primeape isn't coming. Articuno's not coming. So I definitely think Terrapagos, Iron Boulder, Thundy, and Lucha are coming. I think those 4 are pretty much guaranteed. Petulant feels possible, but not guaranteed. Actually, I don't think Petch comes. I have Size Spam and Treads. I do think Palafin comes for the Iron Treads, and the Dio and the Blaziken Jet Punch is really nice. But he does struggle against clicking Jet Punch because I do have Psychic Train. Gouging Fire probably could come. It's just like, I feel like Trapagos, Thundy, Boulder, and Lucha have a good matchup into us. I feel like everything else has a bad matchup into us, which is really, really good. So let's just get into talking about what we are bringing, why we bring it. And our creme de la creme this week is Big Roxbury, the Hydreigon. He has 0, and I genuinely mean 0 resistances to Dragon-type moves. He doesn't have a Fairy type, he doesn't have a Steel type. There is 0 way for him to check Fairy-type moves outside of Terra Fairy or Terra Steel Holucha. I mean Dragon-type moves. What did I say? Fairy-type moves? I meant Dragon-type moves. 0 way outside of Terra Fairy Holucha, which is why I think it's going to be Terra Fairy Holucha. So I said, let's put on Terra Dragon, and let's click Choice Scarf, Draco Meteors, and Dragon Pulses, and see what he does. The only thing he's outspeeding me is Counter Scarfs or Rapid Spins, and even like Rapid Spins from Trapagos aren't doing it. Yes, Holucha does outspeed me if it's unburdened, but that means it's not bulky. In theory, it could still be. I'm expecting it to be Mold Breaker. And things like Scarf Thundy or Scarf Sneasel do outspeed me. Plus, like, Sash Sneasel's annoying with, like, Ice Shard. So there's a couple ways he can beat me offensively, but, like, this dude does not have a single check to this Pokemon at all. So we do Draco and Dragon Pulse. We want to be able to have the accuracy and the power. Flash Cannon is here, 1 for the Iron Boulder. It's something that hit that a little harder without having me to risk a Draco miss. It also hits the Sneasel, which is good, but it is really here for the Terra Fairy Holucha. If it's Terra Steel, respect. I don't think that can hit Fairy and Steel. So if it's Terra Steel, that's fine. I can beat Terra Steel way easier than I can beat Terra Fairy with the rest of my team. And then U-Turn. I do like the pivoting option. Have a decent enough attack stat, and like U-Turn's like breaking Terra Shell on Trap, and it's like chipping down Boulder, and it's doing good amount of Sneasel, and I'm getting good pivots off with that. So when am I going to get in Roxbury? I don't know. I kind of feel like I have to get in safely, which I don't feel like I can do super easily. I almost want to lead it. But I don't think I will. But I think this thing just comes in as soon as the Pokemon dies and I start clicking buttons. Next, we got Big Prim. Big straw band here. We are running max HP, max physical defense Primarina here. With the Leftovers ability, Torrent ability, and the Leftovers item. With Sparkling Aria, Calm Mind, Energy Ball, and Substitute. We don't have Moonblast this week because we didn't really need it. Moonblast isn't hitting anything that Sparkling Aria doesn't also hit outside of like the Sneasel and the Holucha before Terra, but I think Holucha will be tearing. It's like I don't think Primeape's necessarily coming, so Sparkling Aria hits pretty much everything here for neutral damage, except for the Palafin, which it gets hit by Energy Ball. So those were my 2 offensive moves, right? I can get a couple Calm Minds off. Like physically, offensive threats need to set up to really do good damage to me. And if I can get some Calm Minds off, like I think I'm beating Trapagos in a 1v1, maybe like it's gonna depend, but at least I'm chipping it down a lot. Things like Thundy, like yeah, they 2-ko with the T-Ball after a Calm Mind, but they don't take a Sparkling Aria. And we have Substitute. I have Substitute partly because this is my lead. I don't think they lead a Petron. You see what I'm bringing. I do have Deoxys Speed here this week. So he could definitely think a Dio Speed lead is coming. I actually almost expect him to lead Sneasel. But again, I don't expect him to lead Petron against a Deoxys Speed. That dude doesn't want to take Psychic type attacks. And it could be like a Thundy lead, potentially. That's the only other thing that scares the Prim. But at the end of the day, that's not something I'm too worried about, because Iron Tread is just kind of hard wall Thunderous. It does get Grass Knot, and I'm expecting it to bring Grass Knot. And I'm not planning on switching in Iron Treads onto that Mon. But so like, yeah, I get their lead wrong. But in that case, I can just go into the Hydreigon after, which is kind of the thought process there. But if I can lead, get a sub on a switch, I get a guaranteed hit, right? I either get a guaranteed hit, I get a guaranteed Calm Mind, I get Lefty's HP, and if I can get a couple Calm Minds up, I can just start clicking buttons this week, which I think is really cool. Next, we got Talladega here. This is also max HP, max Phys Def. This is our way to check Iron Boulder. And this is only here for Iron Boulder. I will not bring in this Pokemon until Iron Boulder hits the field. If Boulder isn't here for some reason, I don't know why that would happen, but if it's not here for some reason, I can use it. Otherwise, if it's here, I switch in immediately, because we are Booster Energy Defense, which I think is really cool. Gives us a +1 defense the first turn we switch in, and it does get rid of our item. That does mean we can't get knocked off, which is cool. If I switch in on a Banded Mighty Cleave or Banded Close Combat, I don't die into hit. If he goes for a Sword Stance, I can guarantee live 1 Close Combat if it's not a crit. If it's adamant by with decent enough damage, and I can do some good damage with EQ, especially if he goes for Close Combat, I can actually OHKO. Because he does have the defense drop. How much is +2 Earthquake doing? +2 Earthquake is also 2-co, so obviously we would rather not see that over the close combat, but I'm doing 89 to 106 with the Earthquake on a speedy offensive one. If it's bulky, I'm not OHKOing. But I'm doing so much damage, and that's requiring him to immediately click a Sword Stance on me switching in. If he goes for a Mighty Cleave or just a straight up close combat, I live 3 of them. In fact, Earthquake's not even Earthquake is a 4-hit KO. Max attack adamant. Close combat is a 3-co, but then again, I'm killing with Earthquake. So that's the set, but we do have 3 other moves. We do have Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards. I don't love hazards with my Dio. My Dio does have a Sash this week. He doesn't have a lot of hazard setters. I believe it's only Stealth Rock for the Primate Pin and Terapagos. And I don't think Primate comes against a Size Spin team, and I don't think Terapagos has room for the Stealth Rock. I think Terapagos wants Rapid Spin, Calm Mind, Terror, Starstorm coverage move. What do we think the coverage move will be? Let's find out. I think it'll be Dark Pulse or Earth Power, but probably Dark Pulse. Because if he doesn't bring Dark Pulse, he can't hit the Drifloon. It could be Earth Power, but at the end of the day, I think it'll be those 2. We have Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards. We have Iron Defense, which is really cool. If we're able to get this in before Boulder is in, or even on Boulder in, we find out that is a choice band. With Mighty Cleave, we can get an Iron Defense off. Not a lot is coming in, beating us on the special side. Offensively, it could be Thundy, I guess, and if Terapagos comes in, we'll know that it has Earth Power, but we do have Body Press. With the Iron Defense as well. So Booster Energy doesn't give a boost to Body Press, which is unfortunate, but the Iron Defenses do, and then I will 2-co Terapagos with 2 Body Presses. At +2 defense, I do 25% with the first one, and that's if it has a little bit of HP, and if it goes down to 75%, it will die. In fact, I almost OHKO that Mon after rocks, but I do think it will have boots. So this is really is just here for the Boulder. Next, we got HR Rep. Excuse me, the Indeedee. This is here for Psychic Terrain, but it does do a couple other things too. But we have Psychic Surge with the Citrus Berry. I like getting a little bit of health here. I'm considering Terrain Extender, but I don't find that to be super valuable, especially because I don't really want to be helping Boulder. Plus, Lucha could theoretically bring a Psychic Steed, but I still think that's fine at the end of the day. Who knows? Lucha just scares me a little bit, but I think we can deal with it. So we have max HP. We have enough speed to outspeed no speed investment Hawlucha, which is good. Obviously, he could be unburdened, but if he is just max HP, max Spadef, which I almost expect him to be, I will outspeed him by just 1 point. I hit 273. He is naturally 272. And then we have enough special attack to always 2-co. Let me make sure that's correct. Yes, we will always 2-hit KO a max HP, max special defense Hawlucha after Terra, if it's not Terra Dark or something, right? If it's Terra Fairy. Not if it's Terra Steel, a bummer, but if it's Terra Fairy. We have enough special attack to 2-co with Expanding Force in Psychic Terrain. So that is good to know. And with leftovers, we have a 75% chance to do that. So I think that's super valuable. And then we do have Degleam Encore Healing Wish just to kind of round out the sets. I needed Degleam because Sneasel is immune to Expanding Force. Encore is nice on a mon setting hazards, or if it's a Gouging Fire trying to D-dance on me in front of me. If a trap goes going for Calm Mind, I can lock it into that move. Helping the Psychic Terrain do well is Dio Speed with Side Spam here. Side Spam is really good in this team. He has no way to really check Psychic type moves. He does have Sneasel, which is immune to it, but that is his own, and Iron Boulder, which resists it. But that is really his only way to check them. And Expanding Force does a lot of damage into this team in Psychic Terrain. We do have Nasty Plot to be able to boost that special attack. We also have Dark Pulse and Flash Cannon. Dark Pulse is for the Iron Boulder and the Petron. Flash Cannon is for the Sneasel and the Terra Fairy Hawlucha. And I guess for the Articuno as well. But most of the time I will be clicking Expanding Force, even on the Lucha. And then obviously Plot to boost that special attack. And then we have enough speed to outspeed everything, including things like +1 Gouging Fire. We outspeed +1 Terapagos. We obviously don't speed +1 Boulder. Do we outspeed Scarf Thundy? We do. That's what it is. We outspeed Scarf Thunderous by 1 point with the ZVs, which I think is really cool. So if I have Psychic Terrain up, like, I can't be O-code by Banned Jet Punch. I can't be O-code by Banned Jet Punch anyway. It does max 97%. After Rocks, maybe. So hopefully I can just always guarantee live a hit with that Sash and kill something. If he gets Rocks up, hopefully I can get rid of them at some point. And then our last one, we've got Big Uncle Iroh again, almost coming in with a clutch a couple weeks ago, but definitely hopefully coming in clutch here with a pretty standard set: Close Combat, Earthquake, Sword, Stance, Protect, with the Life Orb and Speed Boost. We have enough speed to where at +1 we're outspeeding, I believe, his entire team. Let me just make sure that's correct. Yes, okay, so +1 we outspeed his entire team by exactly 1 point. Max speed Iron Boulder hits 381, we hit 382 at +1, so which means at +2 we're outspeeding everything, including Scarf, which is fantastic. The annoying part is if it's like max speed Trapagos, which I could very easily see it being, honestly. If it's max speed Modest, yeah, okay, so even if it's max speed, right, because we're adamant. If it's max speed and he gets a Rapid Spin boost, we are not outspeeding, which is a bummer, but we can theoretically get a speed boost, click Protect, get another one, and call it a day. And then we have Sword Stance, Close Combat, Earthquake. We don't have a Fire type move this week. I didn't find it super valuable. Close Combat is hitting everything except for Petrarunt, realistically, and Terra, Fairy, Lucha again. And so EQ hits the Petch. I consider it knockoff, but I like the damage output of EQ because I'm also hitting the Gouging Fire and the Iron Boulder without lowering my defenses. And what's really cool is if I get to +2, I am OHKOing, not bulky Thunderous, which is hilarious to me because of Life Orb damage. If I'm not Life Orb, it's not a guaranteed OHKO. If I get to +2, I am outspeeding Scarf Thundy, correct? Yes, I'm outspeeding Scarf Thundy at +2, and then if I can get a Sword Stance up, I OHKO with Close Combat, which is super cool. That's the squad. Start for the long team builder. Battle in about 20 minutes. Wish me luck. Good luck, have fun, pub. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we are searching. Good luck, have fun, pub. He is Terra Electric, which I understand. I want this volume up. Okay, wow. Fascinating. No Boulder. Huh? Alright. No Iron Boulder. We do see, and no Palafin. We see Trap, Gouging, Petch, Thundy, Lucha, which is Terra Electric, and Articuno. What on earth? I lead. I know I said I was gonna lead the Prim. I find that not to be the right decision anymore. I will be leading the Choice Scarf Hydreigon. Okay, this is not gonna be the battle I necessarily expected it to be. So we will find out how that goes. Good luck and fun, obviously. It's just not what I expected. So cool. Oh, I should probably. I'm deafened. I'm gonna share my screen. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I lied. I'm not gonna share. I'm not gonna do that. Why not? So it is the Articuno lead, which is a lot of Fadaf. So valid. Do I need to Terra right away? I think I just Scarf U-turn. I don't care if he knows that I'm Scarfed. If he's like Specs, I die to anything. But if he's Scarf, I am faster than Max Beef. Let's just make sure I am, right? I am faster than Max Speed Scarf. I don't have a great switch in here, so I will just click a U-turn. I think is what my play is. I'm just going to click a U-turn. I do a lot to him, but I do die to like a Blizzard. And I like a little bit of chip. He probably knows that I'm Choice Scarf now, because I'm expecting him to be Scarf, I think. I don't have a great switch in here. I do think I can go... I feel like I can go into Talladega, because I don't need this Mon nearly as much anymore, but I also just don't really want to take a freeze dry on anything. I probably could just go in DD. I think I'll just go in DD, actually. I won't die to anyone hit here. Um, so he goes for the freeze dry. This dude's Spadef. Okay, 247. So let's see. I'm at 247 with a freeze dry, which means I'm at, that did what, 34? No, 24. Well, I guess he could be offensive. Oh, no, that looks like it is bulky, Spadefy, which is cool with me. Nothing wants to take an expanding force. I'm just going to click that button. Nothing wants to take this. This guy's probably just like Spadef. Freeze dry, probably air slash roost. Probably ice beam. It could be boots, but he did lead it, so maybe not. This is going to do decent enough damage. Yeah, okay, so he's Spadef. Just go through freeze dry again. Doesn't pop citrus, no freezes, which is great. Let's see, category special, power. Yeah, okay, this is about it. I am faster than him, and I do 2-ko him from where we are at. Thanks, Bug. I just got flipped up by my girlfriend. I'll click Expanding Force again. I mean, I don't super care. I don't think he can kill me here with any one hit. Hopefully I can kill him. Oh, he just goes for the roost. Okay, so fine. So we see freeze dry, we see roost. It's probably ice beam and air splash. Air slash maybe. What I can do is I can go Talladega. I don't really want to take ice beams after freeze dries, but I can get to a point where I'm doing decent enough damage. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like I have a great play right now. I could also just go straight up into... No, but I don't want to take an air slash. I think I go Talladega and chip it down. Honestly. Because Talladega matters not much at all. And he like, unless it's rocks with Terrapagos. So you see it on Cork Drive. He's going to see it's my Fizdef. Just goes for the Hurricane. And he does miss, so I do apologize for the Hurricane miss. I don't think that matters too much. Knowing that Hurricane is good, because that means I can't switch into the Blaze again. But I am full health, so I'm going to go for an Iron Defense. And see what he wants to do. He's at what? 25, 50, 70. He's at like 80%. Call it. I don't totally know what he wants to switch out into. Petron, I'm not too worried about. Gouging, not worried about. Terrapagos, if it has Earth Power, sure. Maybe Lucha, but I am +1 defense. I do apologize about the Hurricane miss, obviously, but I don't think it affected me that much. It's doing 23% maximum. Assuming this is like max HP, max Fizdef. So he just switch out on an Iron Defense, which is nice. What does he want to go into, though? Goes into the Patch. So what's he going to do to me? What does Patch want to do to me right now? Like, he could just be like Specs Shadow Ball. But I mean, he's not doing a ton to me, and I think this dude is going to be Nasty Plot Shadow Ball. Let's see. Nasty Plot Shadow. I think it's going to be Weakness Policy. But I should be faster than this dude. Let's see. I think it's going to be Weakness Policy. I just want to clear an Earthquake, though, see how much it does. I think he's Weakness Policy. Does do a little less than 50%. Weakness Policy does activate, so I was correct in thinking that it was Weakness Policy. Does it just go for a straight Shadow Ball? Does it go for an Nasty Ball? It goes for a Shadow Ball to do about 70%. 70 to 83. Which is great. I'll just click another Earthquake. No problem doing that. I do not really need Talladega here. I'm doing 50% to this guy. And we figured out what it was pretty early, which is nice. So Petch is out of an item. Articuno is not Scarf. We also know that it's not Leftovers. It's probably Boots. So we're getting some good information here. So go for the EQ, and he's probably just going to click Recover. Don't get the kill, unfortunately. He does go for the Recover, so we can just keep doing this. So we've seen Shadow Ball recover. It's probably Malignant Chain Nasty Plot. I'll just click EQ again. No worries with that. Maybe I can get a roll here. But we don't get the roll. This is just... It goes for Shadow Ball. So... Patch kills... Treads. I go hard into... Roxbury here. I believe. Articuno is at 80%. I think I just click a Draco. I could also just click a U-turn. Try to pick up a kill. Oh, I don't even think I kill with a U-turn on this guy, actually. I don't want to... Problem is I don't want to miss with the Draco. I could... Oh, yeah. Well, I do, like, nothing to Articuno here. I can Flash Cannon for a little bit of chip on a Roost. I think I like the U-turn play. No, I'll just go for the Dragon Pulse. I'll just go for the Terra Dragon Pulse. See how much I'm doing. Okay, so he stays in. I'll kill him. Trading Treads for Petch, I'm cool with, I think. That does open up my Prim a little bit more. So, Hydra kills Petch. It's probably like our Roost or a Freeze Dry coming out from this Articuno. Articuno being Spit F is annoying. I didn't really think he could check it as well as he is. I'm 99% sure there's boots. I think what I can do here is... I actually do think I can go into Prim. Nah, I can't really go into Prim. Actually, this set, like, really screws with me. This set really messes me up, Articuno here. So I do go into the Indeedee. I don't have another play. I'm gonna really struggle to chip this mon down without using Blaziken. At this point in time. I will be getting my Citrus Berry up if he attacks me, if he just doesn't want to go for a Roost here. And he's used one Roost. Roost. One. I got my Citrus Berry up, so I no longer have an item. But I'm at 171. I'm going to Expanding Force into an Encore here. That's what I'm going to do. Still nothing wants to take this. If he goes for a Roost, I can Encore him into a Roost, and I can switch into Blaziken freely. I don't think he switches out. Could also just go for Hurricane. I could Encore. Yeah. So I click the Expanding Force. Does good damage. He goes for the hard U-turn. Okay, so I'm down to 35%. But he's just under 50. So he's at, call it 45. Which is nice. Dude's low. That does give me a scenario where 2 Dragon Pulses does kill from Hydreigon. So he can't switch into me. Yeah, he can't switch in, which is great. If I can get my Hydreigon in safely. How much do I value Indeedee this game? Like, a little bit, I guess. Terra Electric Lucha is a little bit scary. Makes me think it's speedy. Goes into Thundy. I don't have a Thundy switch in. Let's see what Thundurus has. Thundurus Therian. Offensively, Special Fight. He does get Focus Blast for the Hydreigon. Well, I am just a pure Dragon type now. Let's make sure that's in the calcs. I'm barely even 2-code by Thundy. So I do think I switch. Here. I could also just go Gumby right now. I don't particularly want to do that. I kind of feel like I can go into the Hydreigon. Because right? Yeah, I think I could just go Hydreigon here. He could U-turn. Actually, I could see him very easily clicking U-turn. I think I go Hydreigon on a U-turn, though. Like, yeah, it's annoying, but then I can U-turn into a Indeedee. And click an Encore on the Roost. He goes for the agility. So obviously I don't like seeing that. But to be modest, I don't know if there is still anything that Oka's me, and I am nuking this guy with the Draco, so we're just going to click a Draco meter right now. So he's Focus Blast. It is a 2-co. We'll see. We land the Draco. Do we get the kill? I'd love the kill. We get the kill. Fantastic. Hydra kills Thundy. So Thunders is dead, which is great. So that does absolutely open up my Prim. I'm at -2 special attack now, is the problem. If he goes ARTICUNO, I don't want to go hard and DD, but I think I do go hard and DD. Yeah, the problem is Freeze Dry on the Prim is a 3-co after lefties. So I can try and get some Calm Minds off. But that's not going to be easy. Prim is great for the Lucha. Not as much... I mean, for the Gouging, not as much for Lucha, but he does need to... Okay, so here's the thing. Does he click a Roost here or not? A Freeze Dry will kill. I'm at 178. Let's write that down. Yeah, Freeze Dry probably won't kill, but 2 Dracos doesn't kill, and he could just very easily click a Roost. I think the decision is in Psychic Terrain. Can I go... do I go in DD? I think I go Prim right now. No, I think I go... I don't know. Is Psychic Terrain up? It is. How long? For 1 more turn. So I don't think I go in DD here. I think I go Prim. On a Roost. I think it's guaranteed that he gets Roost here. I think that's going to be 2 Roost turns used. We'll start counting the Roosts. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, he goes for the Roost. That's 2 Roost turns. Obviously, I don't like taking hits from this dude. On a Freeze Dry, I don't think there's any chance he clicks Hurricane right now. I think I do want to just chip this guy down. I can go for a Calm Mind and see how much he's doing with Freeze Dry. Maybe he's not actually doing that much. Yeah. We'll see. I'll click Calm Mind on a Freeze Dry. How many PP does Freeze Dry have? Oh, damn. Down to 219. 32 PP. So I got a Calm Mind off. I think he's a little bit afraid of taking a Moonblast right now. But I'm still doing very little of this Pokemon. So I do just... And what am I at? I'm at 241. So Freeze Dry is not actually a 2... Freeze Dry is barely a 3-co. I think I can click another Calm Mind. Pretty safely. We've got some. Yeah, I'm at 145. No freezes. Great. 145, but I'm +2, +2. So Freeze Dry is a 3-co. But I'm doing like 38 to 45 with my Sparkling Arias here. So I think I'm okay just keeping Prem to keep this thing low. Goes for another Freeze Dry. Oh, he gets the crit. That's such a bummer, man. Come on, dude. That was huge. That's a huge crit right there. I go... Yeah, he's not... He's at like 80%, man. I'll go into the Blaziken. He's got to expect me to have something for this guy if I go in here. The problem... he's got to hit a Hurricane or not switch out. I think what I do is I think I click Swords Dance. Does an Earth Power from like... Yeah. I think I click Swords Dance. If he clicks Hurricane, man, I'm in a world of hurt. Obviously. But I think he wants to keep this around. So I think I click Swords Dance on a switch out. I think he's very worried about a Flare Blitz right now. He dies to a Flare Blitz, even if he's Ockerberry. And also... Oh, what does he do here? Does he click the Hurricane? Oh, don't hit it. Good read if he does. Oh, he misses. Okay. Okay, makes up for the crit. Makes up for the crit. He misses 2 of them, but I am at +2 now. That's huge, man. That is absolutely massive. Sorry about the miss. The crit was just as big, I feel. Because if I hit... Here's the thing. Oh, well, yeah, what does he do? So he goes gouging? Okay, fine. Bye, gouging. Blaziken kills gouging. He goes trap here for sure. I am -1/-1. So his Terror Starstorm or Calm Mind will kill here. Or Earth Power. No matter what, pretty much. But I am +2, man. I can just nuke this guy. It's just, I don't know if I can beat Articuno anymore. I think I actually just want to attack. I think he thinks I value this mon too much. I'm just going to go for a close combat right now. Yeah, if he attacks me, I die. Respect it. I think I can. I think I can. I don't know. It's going to be really close here. I feel like I need Blaziken around. Maybe I don't, though. Maybe I just click close combat and, like, nuke this guy. Maybe I get a crit. I'll do, like, 50%. Yeah, that's offensive. Does he attack me? I really hope he just goes for, like, a Rapid Spin or Calm Mind, thinking I have to switch out. He goes for Terror Starstorm. So, Trap kills Blaziken. This is a tight game, guys. This Articuno is an absolute problem for me. Like, such a big problem for me, this Articuno. I really struggle. I mean, that's just good prep at the end of the day. I'll go for a... Yeah, he's at what? 25%? He's at 25%. I'll go for a Flash Cannon. I should be... No, oh yeah, I don't kill with the Flash Cannon. I barely kill with the Dark Pulse. I barely kill with the Dark Pulse. I think I have to Draco, actually. That's not fun. Dude's so bulky. Really? I don't kill with the Dark Pulse here? Oh, that's at -2. That's at -2. That's at -2. Oh, I should... Okay. I think I have to Dragon Pulse. Okay, so... Hydra kills Tirap, which is nice. That's a big old kill. I think this Articuno is just kind of what wins, though, at the end of the day. Goes into the Articuno. He has a decent enough amount of HP left. What I think I need to do is click a couple Dragon Pulses right now. I think I just got a Dragon Pulse, like twice. Freeze Dry isn't a guaranteed kill. I just want to keep this thing low, I think. Oh, he doubles! Yes, boys! Haha, we make a cool play there. Okay, 6. Okay, that's nice. I think I actually kill here or... get real close to it, exactly. I think I got it to Dragon Pulse again. I'm faster than Lucha. He needs to get the Unburden off. He can't. So nice. Hydra kills Lucha. I think in theory, a Dragon Pulse into an Expanding Force from Ndidi into an Expanding Force from Dio wins me this game. I don't know. The miss on the Hurricane was big, obviously, but I think at the end of the day, the crit was bigger. Who knows? So he actually probably doesn't kill here. I don't know his EVs. Okay, so he does. Did he get the crit again? No, he didn't. So, Articuno kills Hydra. I do need to go into the Ndidi. What the good thing here is I think actually, as long as Psychic Terrain stays up, I think I have a guaranteed win. I don't know. 3 Expanding Forces should always kill Articuno from max HP. Oh, actually, let's just see. Let's just say it's at 100%. Should always do it as long as I'm in Psychic Terrain. So maybe I just... for 3 turns. Maybe I just Encore. I actually think I just Encore into the Freeze Dry. I don't know. I could also just Expanding Force on, like, Roosts. No, I think it is Expanding Force. Because if he Roost, I can Encore him into the Roost. And I can just replay that over and over and over until he runs out of Roosts. He goes for a Roost, I can Encore the Roost. Could have, the item. I Encore him into Roost. We know I'm faster. I think he's betting that that I don't have Encore. I do feel bad about that miss. That miss is huge. Is he the item? Is he that one item? No, he's not. Okay, great. We Encore him into Roost. He's used it 4 times. We are in a very good position here to just keep clicking attacking moves and win, essentially. He's used 4 Roosts. He's used 5 Roosts. He only gets 8. We are just going to be clicking this button often. Let's make sure we watch the screen to make sure when the Encore runs out. He's used 6 Roosts. And it's Encore. I click Encore again. I have to. Pretty much. I have no other play here. His HP is full. The way he disappeared from the battlefield, that doesn't really matter. I'll just go for a D-Gleam now because there's no Psychic Terrain. I just need him to run out of Roost pretty much. And I'll make him struggle. One more Roost. So I think he only has 1 more Roost left. 5, 6, 7. I think he has 1 more Roost left. There's no more Psychic Terrain. So I will just D-Gleam again. Articuno is annoying this game. Oh, he goes for the Freeze Dry. I don't. What happened? What happened? What? Is he out of Roosts? Did I not Encore him? Did I miss it? Did I make a mistake? Did I screw this up, guys? Oh no. Oh God, what did I do? What did I do? Did I just lose this? What happened? Was he not Encored? No way, I just choked that. No shot, that just happened. I need... Give me Spit F drops. No way that just happened right now. No way. I had it. No way, dude. Absolutely not. I don't understand. I'm so sorry if we lose this game. That is just all my fault 100% of the time, always. Did I just miss it? Did I just not see? Oh, man. I need a flinch. Or a crit. I'll Dark Pulse into a flinch into a flash cannon, I guess. I guess, man. What do I do? Flinch? Get the flinch, get the flinch, get the flinch, get the flinch. Bro. Okay, oh, I should probably have my microphone in front of me. Sorry leaving angry. I don't like doing that. I was just annoyed. First off, great game to pop. That was really close and it was really fun. I thought I absolutely had it in the bag. What I did not know was how Encore worked, I guess. It's just, what did I say? There's a phrase I'm looking for. It's just like an in-game mechanic I didn't know. So when Encore runs out of, like when I'm Encoring Pokemon into a move and they run out of PP, the Encore ends. I figured I could Encore them into Struggle. They could keep boosting, I could Encore them, and I pretty much keep them locked. Or at least on the 3rd turn of an Encore, after the PP ends, they struggle one more time. I didn't know that. And at the end of the day, that lost me the game. At the end of the game, that 100% lost me the game. What I should have done is on the 1st turn, I Encored into a Roost, doubled into Dio, switched back into Indeedee, and then I had Psychic Train up for Dio, which would have won me the game. I didn't know that. And at the end of the day, that's just like, okay, I lose to a game mechanic I didn't know. That's not something I needed to look up before. Now I know. So, like, really bummed we didn't get the win. I think we deserved the win there. We got very lucky on the Hurricane miss, absolutely. But they got really lucky on the crit the turn before. So, I'm kind of okay with it. They missed that first Hurricane early in the game, but that didn't matter at all. GG's to Pop, obviously. I think we deserved the win because of how we played, but that is a mechanic I didn't know. And bring ARTICUNO was a really, really, really good play on their behalf. It had a little bit of special attack investment, but it was calm, 248 HP, 216 SPDF. I think I played it really well. I think I had the right sets and abilities and stuff like that. And I think I lost to a mechanic I didn't know. So at the end of the day, I am fine with that. Obviously, GG's again to Pup, and I'll see you guys in week 5. Hopefully, we can get back onto a winning streak. It's been a minute. I feel like it's been a minute. But I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace out, y'all.